Welcome to one thing. One thing to know.
Two things for show.
Hey everybody, welcome to One Thing to Know. We are your hosts,
Erika Harris
and Terry Johnson. And for today's topic, we are going to be talking about one thing to know about this generation. You're not Joe Biden.
You're not.
You're just not that guy. You're not that guy.
You're not. You're not.
But what's our topic going to be about, Erika?
So, our topics today are morality. We want to talk about morals. We're going to be talking about this basically in this generation. We're going to be talking about insecurities. We're going to be talking about stereotypes. So those are a few topics for today.
Okay. So I know, like, our first main point, we discussed that we're talking about morality ceases to exist in our generation. And then one of our main points was that our generation doesn't value healthy relationships. So, like, what's your opinion on that?
So I just believe that everyone is raised with a set of morals. I feel like everyone is raised with a set of morals. The thing is, people's morals and people's standards are different. So my morals might be different from yours, and your standards might be different from mine. And so just when I just think of that, it's like we can't really, I mean, I guess there is like a general moral high ground. Like, come on now, like, you can't just go out and kill people. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. Yeah. But at the same time, some people think it's okay to, like, I guess, quote unquote, live your life and like have like multiple partners. To me, morally, that's not right. But to someone else, that might be okay morally. And so one thing I wanted to talk about was like how people push their morals to the side in order to quote unquote live life. But you can live life with your morals. And I mean, I don't know. Honestly, it's different for everybody. Like I said, as far as people's morals, but I just feel like some people just don't have them, or they just disregard them. That's what I think.
Yeah, because like one of my points, I was like talking about how like our generation, they tend to carry on this idea of having a sneaky link. The only link I want is a sausage link. That's the only
sausage link.
It's a sausage link with some syrup.
Syrup?
Yeah, but like,
breakfast sausage. Okay.
Yeah, but because like I just feel like, you know, just having sex with anybody is just like not okay, and I just feel like you're not allowing yourself to like evaluate the person you're with. Like, these people can have anything; they can have any STD,
crabs,
like crabs, turkey leg, anything off the Thanksgiving table, like
anything.
It's just nasty. Like, you just can't. I don't know. I just couldn't see why people enjoy having sex with other people. Because I know, like, going to college, because the environment I'm in is like everybody, they just want to have a good time. But you, like you said, you can have a good time without like, oh yeah, he cute. Oh yeah, I'm trying to get that. You know, right. Like, it's not. You know, it's like at least get to like know the person, talk to the person, Go on a date.
What's up with that? Why we don't go on dates no more, y'all? Why?
So we just don't go on dates no more. We just raw dogging and just giving it out to anybody, huh? That's what we do.
Any and everybody. And I just feel like, you know, that's just where I feel like the morality comes in. Like, where are your morals? Where is the little voice in your head and in the back of your head telling you, okay, like, this is not right. Like, I'm better than this. I don't know. I just like where is you know what I mean? Like where are your morals? No.
And it reminds me of this movie that I watched. It's an old movie, a Tyler Perry movie, and the Temptations movie. Basically, it's like the old girl. She was a not old girl. She was a therapist, and then she was some kind of like marriage counselor, and she ends up doing it with her client. Turns out her client had HIV, and then he recently was like really abusive with his ex girlfriend and things like that. It's like you never know who you're giving your body to, and it's this other thing that I realize like the soul ties that people have when they have sex with other people is like you're not just having sex with Margaret and Cynthia, you're having sex with Kim, Barbara, Suzanne, and Bartholomew. you know, you have to
Okay.
think for all the other people. Like
Like for real. You have to think about it. If you having sex, right? If you having sex with this person, right? And y'all say y'all quote unquote not exclusive, okay. You having sex with him or her, whatever. He having sex with somebody else. The person he having sex with somebody else, and just on and on and on and on and on. So just really sit back and just think. Like that's just to really sit back and think. And honestly, I don't know. I feel like people nowadays they don't care about that. I don't know if they don't care or what it is. Like I really don't know what it is, but yeah, and as far as the healthy relationships, I feel like they're not valued, nor are they strived for nowadays because people glorify toxicity, and that's another thing. Like I just don't comprehend with our generation. Why is that something you like or something that you smiling at? I just don't
yeah,
understand.
Yeah, I like my man toxic, dark
Yeah.
skin with dreads, and he gotta
Hmm.
have $1 million in his bank account. Like,
what do you have?
What do you have? Not a
You
pot
don't
to
even
pee in and a window to throw it out of.
come on. He got to bring the table. You're not even the leg to the table. Like, chill. You're not even the little ball that's underneath the leg. Like, go ahead and
Come
go on
on.
somewhere.
Go
No,
on somewhere.
because it made me think about like we pick people who are inconvenient to our well being. Like
Mm.
like you don't like it's not right, but then like you still continue to be like,
yeah, I mean, he's toxic, but I still love him.
Right.
he
Have a
don't
little
love
respect.
you.
We don't love you. Let's and by all means, like we still learning, we still living, we still have so much room to grow. But one thing, ladies and gentlemen too, I want y'all to remember that LUST is not love. Lust is not love. People will use you for you feel me a little quick pick, you feel me, and then they'll just toss you aside and they'll use the next person. Don't have enough respect
So
for yourself. Have enough respect for yourself. And I feel like that should kind of bring us into our next thing, which I believe that people compromise their morals because they're insecure. Just the topic of insecurities. So how do you feel about that?
so I wrote down in my notes that the way we think to ourselves is based off the partners we have.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm insecure, I'm going to pick somebody who probably wouldn't look as good as me or something like that. Or like I don't know, like because there's this thing that like I've noticed, especially with people, um, especially like women, especially like we tend to like compare ourselves to like the person that the ex that we had and the person that they're dating. Like,
Mm.
oh yeah, they don't look as good as me, or some things like that. So I feel like we tend to like if we don't got it, we want somebody else to have it, or something like that. I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
It's a little confusing. However, I don't know.
I'm picking up
What do
what
you
you put
think?
down.
You, you picking up what I dookie that?
Yes. Yes. I'm
You
picking up what
stepping
you.
what I you stepping what I dookie that?
Yes. Yes. I'm stepping all in. I'm stepping all in it. I get it.
Okay.
But as, as far as far as like when it comes to like, I agree with you. I agree with you. I can't explain it, but I definitely understand what you're talking about when it comes to insecurities, and I just believe that because we're so prominent and like so like we're so into social media, people it's made people's insecurities even worse. But one thing to remember that social media is fake. It is so fake. People only post what they want you to see. And at the end of the day, there is not one person on this entire earth that doesn't have an insecurity. I don't care how pretty they are, I don't care how handsome they are. Everybody has an insecurity about themselves. And so you need to, I feel like, if you have insecurity, if you feel insecure, you should learn how to cope with that. You should learn how to accept that, because you can't change yourself. I mean, you can. You get you a little BBL, or maybe you want a nose reduction, but I mean,
A
if
little
you don't
tummy
love
tuck.
yourself for who you are, you're not even gonna love yourself. I've been seeing some women get 2 and 3 BBLs. Why do you keep getting BBLs? Why do you keep doing that?
Ooh,
Anywho,
they got a triple B,
a triple B.
a triple BBL.
And I don't know. And it's just like another thing is a lot of a lot of women, which is one thing we wrote down, was that women judge other women because of their bodies, and that is so true. It's like you put down the next person because you want what they got, or you feel me, you look at somebody else up and down. It don't even have to be what they got, like physically. You could be jealous of somebody's mentality or their intelligence or whatever the case may be. But like I said, you cannot change. I mean, you could always better yourself. You can always better yourself, but you cannot change who you are. So why not accept it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely like, because most of my friends are like females, and like one thing I've noticed is like um, women do tend to like compare themselves, and I'll be like, "You're so beautiful, you look so good." Like, why are you comparing yourself to Holly Berry? Because you'll never be Holly Berry.
Right.
You're you. So like, I just be like, "You look beautiful. Why are you comparing yourself to somebody else?" And I'd be like, because like I don't got this big booty, or like my chest is not like as voluptuous or something. I'll be like, you're fine. The dudes are still gonna be on you at the end of the day. But women compare themselves, or often they'll be like, oh yeah, at least I don't got that. I'm like, okay. I mean, like, what's the whole
Right.
comparison, the contrasting about? Because like y'all all women, and that's one thing I've
Right.
noticed in um, men, and that's why I feel like that's why I
Mm,
don't have as lot of male friends as I do, because
yeah.
men can be very like competitive. Oh yeah, I want to be more masculine than the other dude. Like I remember this one time, me and uh, me and my friend was hanging out, and this girl came and talked to us, and like we just all talking. He was just like, he was overriding his masculinity, and then he was trying to like make me seem less than by like combating me or combating my masculinity. I'm like, hold on, bro, because I don't do that.
Right.
And they'll just like try to be overly masculine than the other man to get the female, and I never understand it, because if you couldn't get her acting regular, how are you gonna get her now? This is how I feel
Right.
about it. Like you're doing too much. Don't make
You're
me
doing
say
too
that.
much. You're not
Yeah.
Joe Byron. Sit down.
You're not Joe Byron.
You're not. Yeah, I never understood that either. Some things, and it's a lot of men, and like you said, like they always. I feel like a lot of men, everything is like a competition to them, or like, oh, the biggest, the strongest, the baddest, this man wins. No, like what are you trying to prove? Who are you trying to prove it to? I guess
Yeah.
obviously the female, but that just if the female is really, if her eyes is really open, if her mind is really open, she'll see right past that and see that you insecure because you trying to combat somebody else's masculinity. You don't have to you don't have to, you shine all by yourself. Somebody else's light don't have to go out in order for you to shine too. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so I feel like if you trying to do all that extraness, you're trying to do all that extraness, that just goes to show how insecure you are. You really are. And it's just like, everything not, you should have want what somebody else have anyway, because what's for you will be for you at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Look at him. Get back. Come back. Come back. Sit your teeth. But yeah.
Yeah, but dudes got that bad. Like,
They do. But you know something? I will say I feel like for a lot of men, they don't like to be vulnerable. They don't like to show their emotions, and they don't like to let their guard down because a lot of women have bashed them for it. Like a lot of
yeah,
women have, like, you know what I mean? Like they kind of like throw it in their face, and it's like, dang, that just makes them not even want to do that. It kind of scars them, and so as life goes on, they don't let their guard down anymore. They don't show emotions because why would I do that? And you just gonna throw it in my face and make me feel worse about it. And so,
yeah,
ladies, y'all need to work on that.
yeah. That reminds me because I'm taking this gender, sexuality, and pop culture class, and like we discuss like masculinity, femininity, and stuff like that, and basically how like well, really, we was talking about more how like men have like told other men like you can't be, you know, a PUSSY or you can't, you know, you got to be strong, buff, you know, can't take no for an answer. But like, it's just not realistic. Like everybody got to cry. Like I'm sorry, like it's
Right,
inevitable. Like you just like at some point you just can't hold it in for that long. Like
right.
that's just going to build up. So like, yeah, it's also men, but like I do agree that it's women too, because women be like, oh he acting like a girl, he acting like this, he acting like that. Like, what you mean? I can't
Yeah,
cry
right.
because I feel like if you really wanted me, you would want a man who was like really, you know, vulnerable with you. Because how do you want somebody to be your partner and you don't want them to be vulnerable? You want them to be strict all the time. Like
Yeah,
that's not a relationship.
it's not. It's not.
So what do you mean,
It's not.
Sarah?
Sarah, what you mean? I could cry. No, seriously. It's literally at the end of the day, we all human beings. So whether you a man or a woman, we're all human beings. And so everyone has feelings. Everybody has emotions. I mean, I just feel like us women, we shouldn't judge men for, if they want to express their emotions to us. And I just want to know why. I wonder why some women look at men and just think, oh, that's like a sign of weakness, or some men think like, oh, that's a sign of weakness, because it's not. If anything, it makes them even more stronger because the majority of the bunch is not going to cry in front of you, but the ones that do, it really shows how really tough they are, because if you keep everything in, one day you're gonna explode, and you're gonna explode on the wrong person or at the wrong time, and it's just not gonna be pretty. That's just what
And
I think.
I did want to go back to our topic of talking about women and men judging, you know, each other, because like we was talking about, like men being overly masculine and being tougher than the other man. I also wanted to mention, like, especially for dudes, I feel like you need to watch those dudes, or the homies that you be around, and watch how they act when y'all by yourself, and then when y'all around females,
Come on.
because they'll do it. They'll try it. They'll really try to, like, you know, act all but he with a female, but really they ain't nothing but
They
they ain't
ain't
got
on
a
that for
thing to
real.
their name. They're not for real. You're not about that life. Sorry.
You're not. Absolutely not. You're not. Absolutely. And that just, man, it's the same with, watch those ladies, watch those friends who, you feel me, you cool with them, in private, but when y'all get around some boys, they want to do the most. All of a sudden, you know how to sing like Beyonce and make people laugh like Kevin Hart. No, you was not doing this.
Boy, boy, boy. Hey, that was good.
You ain't that up. You ain't that up. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, because you just doing that to entertain, and it's not cute. I look at you like, oh yeah. So that's how you act. So that's really how you act. Okay, just I'm distance myself from you. But definitely, 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 we need to drop these quote unquote stereotypical male and female roles. I feel like that's so old school. Like, come on, I feel like we've evolved so much further than men can't cry and they got to do everything and they got to be everything and this and that, and women, we only supposed to cook and clean, and we supposed to, just all that stereotypical stuff. We've come a little bit too far for that, in my opinion. That's just my
Yeah,
opinion. That's my
in
opinion.
my class, in my gender sexuality class, the term is called hegemony. So it's kind of
Hegemony.
like, yeah, hegemony. Is pretty much how, like, it's like societal norms, how, like, society has conditioned females to act this way and men to act the same way. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, you learn something new every day, y'all. Never knew that word in my life. So
Me
serious.
neither.
Um,
Um, you mentioned, um, you said stop looking at your significant other as a dollar sign. I wanted you to
ooh,
elaborate on that for me.
yes. So I feel, and it's the crazy part is, I feel like women, not all women. I don't want to seem like I'm talking about every single last woman in the world. It's not true. But a large amount of women look to their significant other, whether it be like a girlfriend or like a boyfriend, like a girlfriend or a wife or husband, you know what I mean? I feel like they look for their significant other to financially support them in every single thing. I don't think it's anything wrong with having, you at a certain place in your life and you have standards and you want to be with somebody that meets those standards and y'all want to be on the same financial level. But it's some ladies out here, you broke. You don't have a car. You don't have a job. You wear the same clothes I mean, I don't even mean to bash nobody. I don't, because people be out here struggling. I'm gonna pray for you, but you know what I mean. You don't have anything for yourself, but you want somebody to take care of you. It don't work like that. It just don't work like that. First of all, you should want to establish yourself first. You shouldn't have to want for anything from nobody. And if he wants to give, if that's what he wants to do, then yeah, let him contribute. But don't be looking to him to give you $100 every week, or just give you money, because he's not a bank. He's a human being. He got feelings too. How you think somebody feel if all you came for them was for money and materialistic items? That's not even fair. And I just feel like a lot of women do that. And one thing, I ain't even gonna hold you. It's some women out here. How you letting you taking care of him? He can't raise a man. You cannot raise a man.
He's already grown. What you gonna do? You wonder why he acts like a boy. Cause he wasn't raised right before you.
He was not raised right before you. And so you can't be paying all his bills, wiping his ass and everything because it don't work like that.
What they
You
say?
can't.
Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bill? Can you pay my automobile? And something we can chill.
I'm going to hold you. It's a difference between marital status, like, okay, like, that's different. Y'all have to like finances should be discussed before that. But I'm talking more so the girlfriend that you know what I mean? Yeah. But what do you think about that?
So kind of like how I mentioned earlier, saying how people be looking for someone to be their bank, but they're not even offering a dime. Like you're not offering none. You ain't got none going on. It's one thing for you to like you said, like a financial level to be able to like coexist financially, but for you to depend on somebody solely or wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do
Get
it. Get
somebody else
somebody
to
else to
do
do
it.
it. Because
Get somebody else to
it
do it.
don't make sense.
It don't.
It don't make sense to me. And then I did want to talk about because I added something else to the topic because when you think of it as a bank, I thought of it as also social status
Mm.
because the bank, I feel like the bank and social status go hand in hand. Like I feel like a lot of times we see like celebrities or like social media influencers, and then they're like only with that person because of the financial status or the whatever
Social
status
higher.
or the cloud, the cloud.
Mm.
Like look at Chris Rock. I said Chris Rock. I meant Krishan and I meant Krishan and
Christian.
Blueface.
Blueface.
No, no. Like it just it's not okay, and I feel like we can't be with somebody because you actually love them, not because it's something that you can gain from. Because I feel like the only thing you should gain from it is love.
Come on.
So
Come
that's
on.
that's just how I feel about it. So yeah,
For sure. My auntie had showed Terry and I a video yesterday, and it was Ilyania. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Ilyana fix your life.
yeah,
And she was just pointing out how, you know, make sure your cup is full. Make sure your cup is full so you're able to, you know, overflow and able to give more. But you got to keep your cup full first. And let me try to remember. One thing she said, she was like, you can't give and give and give and give to somebody to the point where it makes them a thief. And I really, really, really really respected that, because if you think about it, she's so right. Like, they basically stealing from you with your permission because you allowing it. Because you're allowing it. And it's just like, make sure your cup is full. Make sure it's running over. And when it's running over, that's when you know you could give more. But don't be giving to nobody in your cup half full. And don't be trying to pour into somebody's empty glass because they're not even trying to fill it themselves. So why you gonna try to fill it if they're not trying to fill it? It just don't make sense. Here, look, come to he doing his victory lap. Oh, praise the Lord. Oh, look, don't get me started. I love God.
but yeah, I love God. You don't love
You
God?
love
What's wrong
God?
with you?
Shoot. No.
But yeah, I definitely feel you on that. That was some really good points. But
Yeah.
yeah, so this will conclude the end of our podcast. Like we said, my name is Terry Johnson,
Erika Harris.
and this is One Thing to Know.
2 Thangs Fasho. Yeah.
All right, we gonna see y'all next time.